Hi everybody, got Frankenfoot here. Mo Star 1. The beginning of every video starts with my attack on Mo Star 1. That's interesting. Anyway, interesting looking base here. I elected to do sort of a GoBo with a LaLoon cleanup, but a lot more on the GoBo side of things. Anyway, we'll talk more about it in a minute if you can hear me over the TV. But here's how things worked out. First, you will see wizards come down in the corner here just to start moving things along to keep the golems up for as long as possible. And then golems come down, angled very specifically to draw fire from both of these archer towers. Doesn't look like I quite got it, but that wizard comes down, knocks that guy out, and then he redirects and tanks for both. Now you see this golem down here. I was thinking there's a Tesla farm down here, but I was wrong. So that was the first big goof up. And then the rest of the kill squad comes down. Heroes, queen, bowlers. And you've got two pretty well fresh golems coming in with them. The rage spell goes down to help work through the clan castle troops as long as 2 poison. Unfortunately, I'm not very fast off the draw, and those balloons wreck my king, so he's done for. And that's unfortunate. But things move along. There's a heal spell to get things back up, and a jump spell. And I was expecting bowlers to move toward that stinking expo, but they just didn't want to do that. So I drop a heal spell that goes and heals absolutely nothing. But fortunately, I've still got one golem at just about full health, or maybe 3/4 health, another one that just popped, and so I've got tons of tanking going on. I go ahead and drop some of the balloons I brought on this side just to help get rid of these point defenses that are pestering the golems to help keep them long enough. But I really want the queen gone before I try and release the rest of my air squad. And of course they walk under a giant bomb. And I go ahead and drop the queen's ability just because I'm running out of time. And finally the queen goes down. Thankfully the queen locked on the enemy queen, and finally here comes the LaLoon portion of the raid. You have got a hound coming down that was supposed to go for that air D, but he is gone. And my vision was the kill squad would make it into here and go take out the queen before anything else. But the LaLoon portion comes down. I'm down to only 6 balloons and a hound. That hound is pretty much at full health. I unleash all 4 seeking air bombs on that one poor little balloon that just get wiped out. But the base is wrecked at this point. And that's it. And I have got tons of wizards left in the bank for cleanup. I don't even know what to do. So the time was the only thing left to fight at this point. But with all the wizards I had left, it was not a problem. So I misread a few things on this base, but when you run across a base with these certain parameters, this apparently is a very powerful strategy, because I have done it a few times, and it has worked out just fine every time that I've done it. So he's concentrated his cannons over here, and his wizard towers over here, and his air defenses. So he's effectively made one side of the base very weak against air, and one side of his base very weak against ground, or at least relatively weak against ground. Those archer towers can do ground or air. But I misread 2 things. The first thing I misread is I thought for sure there'd be a Tesla farm here. My guess is this guy found a picture of this base on the internet and made it himself, but he didn't know where the traps and the, what's so funny, buddy? He didn't know where the traps and the Teslas were supposed to go. And this is the perfect shape to stick 4 Teslas right there. And very often when there's an external town hall, I have seen them surrounded by a Tesla farm. So I was very much expecting that, and that's a very bad thing, because as the bowlers walk in this direction, and the golems move forward here, they can be in the condition to where you've got 2 Teslas here firing on them that they can't reach. The queen can reach them, but they're surrounded by high hit point buildings, these gold storages, and that town hall, very high hit point building, so they're going to waste a lot of time there getting blasted by Teslas. I've had that happen before, and I was very worried about that. So what I was thinking was I would drop a golem right here. If you, I won't show that stinking where you can drop stuff, but I'll drop one of my golems here, and then I'll drop 4 or 5 wizards here, and they'll work through this whole section, and they'll help establish a funnel, and they'll work through that Tesla farm. Now that stinks because I'm taking less balloons so I can have the troops to do that. But it's worth it if you can take care of a Tesla farm. But there turned out not to be a Tesla farm. So if you can get into here, you can see your kill squad's got a long way that they can travel and wreck a whole lot of this base. This defense will be gone. All these defenses will be gone. These two defenses will be gone. They will, both the bowlers and the queen can reach that Expo because it's only 1-2 tiles back. They will take out 3 wizard towers. They will take out 3 air defenses, and they will take out both air sweepers. So that's a great little track. It's worth putting in a lot of effort there. And then what's going to be left? These can't hurt air. These can't hurt air. This can't hurt air. So you pretty much just have a wizard tower and an archer tower. And I was assuming no Teslas, but I think there happen to be some Teslas around here somewhere. So that's a great, amazing spot to drop balloons in, provided you can get to the queen. So that's the risk for this strategy, is you cross the entire frickin' base before you get to the queen. But it works in this case, and it works because you don't have both expos on you at once. And you also have no cannons on you, right? So these cannons are so far off, they're not going to be harassing your golems or your king or your queen. And the cannons and the archer towers and the expos are pretty much the main things to worry about. Anyway, now the hard part here was the entry. Tricky, because look at all the trash around here. Lots and lots of trash buildings. So these guys are far removed. So I can go ahead and drop a wizard on these, and they'll knock this guy out real quick. And then this wizard will start working on this guy, and he will be safe from anything attacking him. He's going to be standing over here. This guy will knock out this thing, and he's got lots of room before things start attacking him. Well, maybe not lots of room. So he'll take out this guy and start working on this guy. Maybe even drop a Tesla that turned out not to be there. Then what I was hoping to do was drop a golem in this direction, and you see he's got mortars on the outside to force your golems to go in a certain direction. And it's just at a range of that stinking archer tower. So I dropped the golem kind of high here, hoping that he would sort of wander into the path of that, or wander into the range of that archer tower. And that didn't turn out to be the case. So my backup plan was, if that didn't happen, drop, as soon as the golem's locked in on this, drop a wizard in this dead zone here, and let him take out that mortar. Then the golem's going to redirect probably to that air defense, and with any luck, if he's standing over here, he'll be over here, and he'll be tanking for that archer tower. And so then with the wall breakers, these two, this will definitely be tanked, this will definitely be tanked, this will definitely be tanked, and then this guy might still be influencing. So I was thinking the best thing to do is drop the wall breakers on this side and let them go for the wall over here. But hopefully that will be tanked, and that won't be an issue. And then I forgot if I dropped another wizard over here or not. I think I might have dropped the king or something over here to start working things in this direction. I can't remember if I tried to take out these buildings or not. I guess we'll see. But once you got a hole here and you'll leave this building up, things will go in, they'll move in. They'll start wrecking everything around here. I'll save a rage and 2 poisons for the clan castle's troops, which I didn't know what it was, but they've done dragons and 2 balloons every single time, so that's what I'm expecting. And then once they get to here, I was thinking I will drop a jump spell right around here. I did not want to drop a jump spell to give them access to this compartment, because I thought they'd jump out and they'd wander down to the edge here, and I want them to go to the queen. And so the most direct path to the queen is to go in here. And so if they go into this compartment, drop a heal spell on them, they'll stay up for a while, and they'll just continue to wreck the crap out of everything here. And if I got real lucky, it's just a few of these exterior buildings that'll be left for the balloons. Could have actually not even had the hound in this raid. Sorry, somebody wants their shoes on for no reason. Yeah, we'll do this in a second. Yeah. Anyway, so then that's the plan, and then the LaLoon portion. I was expecting 1 air defense to be up, and that was this guy here. He wasn't up, but so I was going to send my hound in on that air defense and then just clip the exterior buildings with the balloons, just to, or the exterior, the most outer defenses to get the balloon pathing the way I want it. Anyway, now what happened though was when I dropped the jump spell here, the bowlers decided they wanted to go down here instead. I thought just by looking at the pathing that they would want to travel to that expo, but I think they locked on to that king platform instead, which is not what I expected. And so when I dropped that heal spell in here, it pretty much did nothing. It was a waste of a spell. It healed nothing. So I should have watched my bowlers a little bit more to make sure they got what they needed. But still, one heck of a deep push. It looks... oh, crud. It looks impossible. But because of the way the cannons are laid out, and because you've got a whole lot of splash damage here, and you do have this Expo Island right there, you do have that, but it's nothing that your kill squad can't handle. So let's watch it unfold. So first you'll see those wizards coming down, and they're locking on the outside. They're starting to work on that funnel, get some of those buildings cleaned up. When the first golem comes down, you see he did not tank for that second archer tower, and that's unfortunate. And I dropped this golem, and no Teslas pop up whatsoever. So, oh, Cracker Jacks, that is not good. But I still need those buildings gone, because I still need that funnel to be what I need it to be. So I go ahead and drop a couple wizards behind him anyway, just to help work through this. And notice this wizard has been able to clean out 2 buildings here and is working on a third. Just cleared up the third one. No damage whatsoever. This guy's worked through 2, and the golem's now tanking for this archer tower, so he can move forward and really wipe some stuff out. So excellent, good job by the wizards here. You know, 3 cheers for the wizards. Hurrah, hurrah! And so now this archer tower is tanked. Everything's tanked. So down comes the king. Down comes the fresh golem. Bowlers. This wizard's now working on cleanup over there. Everything is looking pretty darn good, except that there's still Teslas out there I wasn't expecting to deal with. Drop a rage. Get through the clan castle. Those bowlers go and wipe out that guy. One of them goes astray, but the rest stay in there. Heal spell to get them back up, to keep them punching stuff and throwing rocks and stuff for a long time. And there's the jump spell. So I knew the king was going to come and wreak havoc, but he, you know, he can be taken care of rather easily. And so here's where things go. I thought, oh goody, they're going for the expo. Life is great. And then they just jump over this way. And what does it they go for? They go for that darn... oh man, why did they do that? I guess it's where they were standing when they took out that building. Yeah. Uh-huh. I didn't appreciate that they'd be standing over here when it was time to jump over the wall. So this defense, this elixir storage is just a tad closer than that expo. So that's why they pathed that way. So when they started moving that direction, I got excited and I went ahead and dropped the heal spell because I figured the queen was going to be all over him. But instead they were standing over here and they all died out. But that's okay, because I got the queen up here, and a queen with golems in front of her is a pretty powerful thing. So she actually steps up and knocks out that expo, and then proceeds to ignore the jump spell. Boop! Okay, forget it. I'm going to go shoot the storage now, because that's the real enemy of Clash of Clans, is the storage. That's what'll knock out your troops. Way to go, Queenie. I can't complain. She did her job eventually. And then she ignores the jump spell and starts blasting through that wall. So thank goodness this wasn't a base with high-level walls, or this might have ended a little bit differently. But I notice time's getting short. I see she's approaching the queen, so I'll go ahead and pop her ability just to get some archers out, and I think most of them die. But anyway. Yeah, anyway, she finally takes out the enemy queen, and now the base... this is all that's left of the base, right? 2 balloons over here just to get rid of those things to keep the golems moving. Nothing but cannons, bomb tower, and just a few air defensive buildings there to worry about. Oh, come on. I thought I pushed play. And that's the raid. And now I have a bunch of wizards left for cleanup. by virtue of bringing a bunch with me for that Tesla farm that never manifested. So at least cleanup went well. But it was kind of a long attack. I did a lot with the kill squad. But hey, it worked out. All right. Well, that's it. Frankenfoot's got to go do stuff. Bye-bye.